We shall continue with our fourth chapter of Physics Class 11, Motion in a Plane. Acceleration. The average acceleration a of an object for a time interval delta t moving in xy plane is the change in velocity divided by the time interval. We know that change in velocity with respect to time gives you acceleration. So a is equal to delta v by delta t. Now delta v in component form it is delta vx I cap plus delta vy j cap. So this in a component form delta vx by delta t I cap plus delta vy by delta t j cap. This can be taken as ax I cap plus this can be taken as ay j cap. Instantaneous acceleration is the limiting value of the average acceleration as the time interval approaches 0. So in the average acceleration, if you take this delta t tending to 0, then we get instantaneous acceleration or simply an acceleration. So a is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta v by delta t. In calculus we can write this as a dv by dt. Now let us take limit for both these. So we take a is equal to limit delta t tends to 0 delta vx by delta t I cap plus limit delta t tends to 0 delta vy by delta t j cap, and this we can say that ax I cap plus this one ay j cap. For motion in 2 or 3 dimensions, velocity and acceleration vectors may have any angle between 0 degree to 180 degree between them. So in 2 or 3 dimension, the angle between acceleration and velocities can be between 0 to 180. Motion in a plane with constant acceleration. Suppose an object is moving in xy plane and its acceleration a is a constant. Now let the velocity of object be v0 at t equal to 0 and v at t equal to t. So we consider acceleration is constant, and at initially t equal to 0 time the initial velocity is v0, and after time t the velocity becomes v. Then by definition a is equal to v minus v0 by t minus 0. This gives you v minus v0 by t. These t you transfer here and multiply with a, so at, and this negative v0 transfer over here becomes positive, and here you get v equal to v0 plus at, call it number 1. Suppose position r changes with time. Now we consider that position r also changes. Let r0 and r be the position vectors at time 0 and t, and velocities at this instance be v0 and v. We are taking the position is changing, so at 0 position is r0 and at time t position is r, and that when it is at 0 the velocity is v0 and at time t the velocity is v. Then over a time interval t, average velocity is v0 plus v by 2, just taking the average arithmetic mean. At time t or the interval t, the average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2, just taking the arithmetic mean. Then displacement equal to average velocity into time. See, we know that velocity is equal to distance divided by time. So you can take here displacement. Okay, so this is displacement divided by time, and I am going to take average velocity. Transfer t over here, so here remains displacement equal to velocity, that is average velocity into time. Now displacement, see, it was initially r0 and it is reaching to r. So the displacement will be vector r minus vector r0. And average velocity we are taking as v0 plus v divided by 2. So you can take here v0 plus v, both are vector, divide by 2, and this time t. Okay, so see, I have written here that r minus r0 equal to v plus v0 by 2 into t. Okay, now this value of v from equation 1. Okay, from equation 1 value of v is v0 plus at. So I put here, instead of v you put v0 plus at, and this v0 is as it is, divided by these 2 into t, and this we have written from equation 1. This negative r0 transfer over here becomes positive, and here remains r equal to r0 plus, now v0 plus v0 gives you 2 v0 and you multiply t, so it is 2 v0 t plus a into t gives you a t square divided by these 2. Divide both these term by 2, so equal to r0 as it is 2 v0 t by 2, 2 ka, so here remains v0 t plus here you can write as 1 by 2 a t square, call this equation 2. Now we write in the component form. So this equation r equal to r naught plus v naught t plus 1 by 2 at square, write in component, that is x component, y component. So in x component the position is x equal to r naught in x is x naught plus v naught t can be written as v naught x t plus this one is 1 by 2 ax t square. And in y component y equal to y naught plus v naught y t plus 1 by 2 ay t square. Okay, so this is in the component form. Next we have got relative velocity in two dimensions. Two objects A and B are moving with velocities VA and VB, each with respect to some common frame of reference, say ground. So two objects are moving with velocity VA and VB and they are moving with respect to one common frame of reference and we consider ground. Then velocity of object A relative to that of B is VAB. Velocity of A with respect to B or relative to B is equal to VA minus VB. Similarly, velocity of B related to A, that is VBA. Velocity of B relative to A equal to VB minus VA. From these two equations, we can say that how they are related is VAB equal to minus VBA. They are in opposite direction, but the magnitude is same. That means magnitude of VAB equal to magnitude of VBA. So this is relative velocity, the definition and the formula. Example 4.3. A motor boat is racing towards north at 25 km per hour and the water current in that region is 10 km per hour in direction of 60 degree east of south. Find the resultant velocity of the boat. Let VB and VC be velocity of motor boat and water current. Okay, so according to the given question, this is the velocity of water boat, that is VB, and this is the velocity of the water current, that is VC, and this angle which is making is 60 degree. If this angle is 60, then the angle between VB and VC will be 180 minus 60, that will give you 120. So this angle will be 120. Okay, now if I see if this is in this direction, so if I draw a parallel line to this from here, so if I draw it will be like this, and to this VB if I draw parallel line from here, then it will be like this, and you complete the parallelogram, this one. Then from the common point you will draw a diagonal and this will give you resultant of VC and VB. Okay, so that is this will be the sum of VB and VC, the resultant of VB and VC. Using parallelogram method of addition, the resultant R is in the direction as shown in the figure. Okay, this one. VB is given to 25 km per hour, VC is given to 10 km per hour, and the angle between VB and VC is 180. Okay, this angle is 60, then total angle is 180. So from 180, if you minus 60, you will get the angle between VB and VC, that is 120. Now by law of cosine, okay, the law of cosine is this one. The resultant R is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus twice ab cos theta. Theta is the angle between a and b are the vectors. And here also we have got VB and VC are the vectors and angle between them is 120. So the formula is VB square plus VC square plus 2VB VC cos 120. Okay, as I said, this angle is 120. Values are given, so let us put equal to square root of VB is 25, so 25 square plus VC is 10, so 10 square plus 2 into VB, that is 25, into VC, that is 10, into cos 120. Now cos 120 value is minus 1 by 2. These two and these two you cut. So 25 square is 265, 10 square is 100, minus, because this minus comes here, 25 into 10 remains. This sum is 725 and this multiplication is 250. This difference you find then under the square root 475. If you find the square root, this comes to be 21.794. You can take approximately 21.8 km per hour. Direction of sine law. Okay, now direction by sine law. So by sine law we are going to use the direction, okay, using this formula. So we apply this formula, or you can say this formula. Okay, so we apply the formula of sine law and find the direction. So r by sine theta equal to vc by sine phi, implies sine phi equal to vc r sine theta. Okay, just transferring this sine theta over here, and sine phi over here and r also transferring here. So sine phi is equal to VC value is given to 10, so put 10 into sine theta between the angle between the VC and VB is 120 and divide by r what you found here, so 21.8. 10 into sine 120 is root 3 by 2 divide by 21.8. 10 you cut by 2, so you get 5 root 3 by 21.8. You find this ratio, you get approximately 0.397. This sine you transfer over here, so you get phi is equal to sine inverse 0.397 and this value approximately is 23.4 degree. Example 4.4. The position of a particle is given by r is equal to 3.0 t I cap plus 2.0 t square j cap plus 5.0 k cap, where t is in seconds and the coefficients have the proper units for r to be in meters. Number A, find velocity, time t and acceleration at t of the particle. B, find the magnitude and direction of v of t at t equal to 1 second. Now here the position r is given as a function of time. Okay, see, position of particle r equal to 3t I cap plus 2t square j cap plus 5k cap, and you are asked to find the velocity and acceleration. So we have to differentiate this, right? So derivative, I'll give you the formula. Which formula I'm going to use is, suppose you have got x power n. This is a standard result. Okay, so I have to differentiate with respect to x power n. So the derivative is, the formula is the power n into x to the power n minus 1, the power decreased by 1. Okay, so that is the formula for derivative. Okay, so now here let us find this one. So first, when you find v, you have to differentiate this one time. So dr by dt equal to d by dt of 3t I cap plus 2t square j cap plus 5k cap. So I have to do this 3 is as it is and t. Now t means you have to do t with respect to t, right? And t power, how much is there? 1 power. So according to formula, n is 1. So here 1 x here t is there. So we write t power n minus 1, that is 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So t power 0, anything power 0 is 1. So answer is 1. So that means when you differentiate these 3t I cap, answer will be t will be 1. So here differential, this will 3i will remain. So 3i. Here 2t square. Now here t square is there. So here t by dt and t square. Okay, so I will apply the same result. N is 2. So 2 into t power n minus 1, that is 2 minus 1. So what will get? 2t, 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 do usually we do not write, so we write 2 power 2 into t. But already there is one more 2 here. So 2 into this 2t. So you get 2 into 2, 4t. Now derivative of any constant. Okay, if you find the derivative of any constant, d by dx of any constant will be 0. Okay, so this is, there is no t here, right? So this answer will be 0. So no more term. So you can find the velocity as 3 I cap plus 4t j cap. Now they have asked acceleration also, a of t. Okay, so that is, you have to differentiate the velocity once again. That is what we have written here, dv by dt, right? Acceleration equal to, so we can say here dv by dt. So d by dt of this value now, 3 I cap plus 4t j cap. Now here no more t, so this value will be 0, right? Because here there was no t, so I said constant alone, so constant is 0. So this value is 0, so this term will not come. Now t, that is just like here, that is t power 1, so 1 minus 1, so t power 0, that is 1. So this value will be 1, so here 4 into 1 into j, so it remains 4j, and j is indicating in the y direction. So 4j meter per second square, that is acceleration, and it is along y direction, and this is the value, the unit will be meter per second. Okay, so that is the velocity and acceleration, and I am using the formula of the derivative. So this is the formula I am using. Okay, now they have asked at t equal to 1 second. So velocity 3i plus 4. Here if I put t value 1, then you get 3i plus 4j cap. Okay, and the magnitude will be square root of 3 square plus 4 square. Okay, before I had given you the magnitude. This is the magnitude. Okay, the magnitude of v is equal to bx square plus vy square. So here this is vx and vy. So 3 square plus 4 square under the square root of 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. 16 plus 4 is 25, and square root of 25 is 5. So that is the magnitude, and the reduction is theta equal to tan inverse Vy by Vx. Okay, this formula. So what we get? Tan inverse 4 by 3. Approximately this value is 53 degree with x-axis. So we'll keep this much for today. Thank you very much.